Welcome back guys to our channel My Oracle DB, and today we will do an interesting activity in which I will show you how to clone a single instance container PDB, okay, to a RAC container instance. Okay, so this is a very interesting activity guys. So let me show you the about the environment setup. So this you can see this green tab, okay, and here we have one database instance ORCL. Okay, so this is a single instance container database. Okay, so if I connect to the SQL plus, okay, SSDBA, so I will just to show PDBs. So as you can see, we have the PDB $seed, which is a seed PDB, and we have this ORCL PDB. This is a pluggable database which is in read-write mode. Okay, and also we have another PDB which is PDB1, which is in mounted state. Okay, it is not in currently in read-write mode, so no issues. So this particular green tab server, okay, this is my single instance container database server. Okay, so hope you guys are getting about it. And also, like, we will study about this multi-tenant architecture, which involves these container database which contain multiple pluggable database. Okay, so no worries, I just got a chance to set up this activity, that's why I am sharing this video with you guys. Okay, so let's move on to my another server. Okay, so here you can see in the pmon output we have plus asm1, okay, and cdb new one. So these two instance, you can see the asm instance, okay, specific to this node, and the container database instance specific to this rack node. Okay, so guys, actually I had created two node rack cluster. Okay, so right now you can see node 1 is up and running, as you can see, but I haven't opened the node 2. I will just show you in my virtual box. Okay, so you can see rack 1 machine is running. Okay, no, that is the node 1. So as you can see, the node 1 rack node 1 is running. Okay, server is running, but if you see again, the rack 2 node 2 is powered off. Okay, so you can see this Oracle DB. Okay, so this is the single instance container database server, okay, which is the green tab server, that is this one. Okay, so the reason that I haven't powered on the second rack node is that I have limited RAM on my personal laptop. Okay, so that's why it is not allowing me to open 3 virtual machines at a time, and I can show you here in my task manager of my personal laptop. So you can see the memory usage is very high, guys. Out of 15.8 GB, 12.8 GB is in use, 82% is in use, and it keeps on increasing and goes up to even 98%, 99%. Okay, so due to this RAM constraint, I haven't opened the node 2 of my rack cluster. Okay, so don't worry guys, I am planning to upgrade the RAM of my personal laptop, so hopefully in future I will be able to open the multiple, virtual machines at once. So hope you understood this, guys. So let's get back to our server. Okay. So this RAT tab, remember this RAT tab is the uh, node 1 of RAC cluster. Okay. And node 2 is shut down. No, so no issues, because if I show you, let's check the cluster services. Okay. Status. So you can see I gave this use this command CRSCTL check CRS. So you can see Oracle High Availability Service is online, Cluster Ready Service online, Cluster Synchronization Services is online, and Event Manager is also online. So all the cluster related services are online. Okay, so guys, I would like to show you also the database status using srvctl command. Okay, we will learn about all these things in the upcoming videos on my channel. So guys, don't forget to uh, subscribe our channel. Okay, we will be posting interesting activities. Okay, so see, in this srvctl status database output, you can see that instance CDB new one is running on node 1, and the instance CDB new 2 is not running on node 2. Okay, as you know that only the node 1 of our RAC cluster is up. Okay, so what I want to check is, like, if I start cloning this OR serial PDB, okay, into my uh, RAC server container instance CDB new one. Okay, so I just want to check that like, once the PDB is cloned. Okay, so after the cloning process is done, what I will do is I will shut down this single instance container database server. Okay, and I will try to open the node 2 of my RAC cluster. Okay, this is the node 1 of my RAC cluster. So after shutting this single instance container server, I will try to open the node 2 of my RAC cluster. So both the uh, uh, nodes of my RAC cluster will be up. Then I will check that whether on the node 2 of my RAC cluster will the uh, container instance CDB new 2 will it contain the newly created PDB or not. Okay, as you know that on node 1 of my RAC cluster, it is showing CDB new 1 instance, container instance. So definitely on the node 2 of my RAC cluster, there will be a instance named as CDB new 2. Okay, so this is the scenario that I am trying to test over here. Okay, so let's do the prerequisites. Okay, so that we can start the remote PDB cloning using the DBLink method. Okay, we will be using the DBLink method. So guys, what I will do is, this is my source. Okay, source server from where uh, this PDB will be cloned to my target RAC node. Okay, so this is the source. So let me check in which container I am connected. So guys, currently I am in the CDB $root, that is a root CDB. Okay, root CDB container. Okay, so what we will do is, we will create a user. Okay, that is a common user which will be visible in all the containers. and give some permissions or grants to it to the user, so that using this user we will be able to clone the PDB. Okay, so let's create the user. So guys, this user c hash hash clone PDB has been created. Okay, so we are using this prefix c double hash. Okay, so this prefix it signifies that this user is a common user. Okay, so it will be visible in all the containers, because we have given this container equals to all clause. Okay, and the password of this user is clone user hash 123. Okay, so now we need to give some grants to this user. Okay, so that we will be able to clone our PDB. So I'm giving grant create session and the create pluggable database to, okay, this user, and again I'm giving the container equals to all clause. Okay guys, so the grant has succeeded. As you can see, we have given the these two grants to the user. Okay, and also we can verify uh, this username whether it is created, okay, or not, using CDB underscore users view. Okay, so let me just check some basic columns. Okay, just a second guys, I need to format So if you see guys, this user has been created, C/clone PDB. It is in open state, and common user category is yes. Okay, it is a common user, and the created date is 11th July 2025. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, guys. So on the RAC server node, okay, uh, so on the target RAC server node, guys, we need to create a database link. Okay, so first we need to check the whether TNS ping is working between both the source and target server or not. Okay, so let me just go to the Oracle home network admin. Okay, so you can see that ORCL is the name of the single instance container database. Okay, so we have a TNS entry over here. Okay, so what we need to do is on the RAC server node we need to update the TNS names.ora file with the TNS entry of the source server. Okay, so that from the target we can connect to the source. So let me just show you. So guys, I have added the TNS entry of the source container database instance. Okay guys, just a second guys. It seems that listener is not running on the source server. Okay, okay guys, so we need to start it. So guys, what we need to do is we need to uh, copy the TNS entry of the PDB, remote PDB that we are trying to clone, okay, and update it in the tnsnames.ora file on the RAC cluster, okay. So let me just paste it over here, okay. So guys, in the DBLink we will not be using the exact remote PDB name, okay, that is ORCL PDB. I will just change it to like underscore clone, okay, ORCL PDB underscore clone. So this will be the TNS alias that I will be using in the DBLink that I'm trying to create on the target RAC cluster server, okay. So let me just save it, guys. Okay, so let us now try to do a TNS ping from the target RAC node to the source PDB server, okay. So if I use this TNS alias that I had just updated in the TNS names.ora file, okay. So if, as you can see, it is the TNS ping is successful, okay, and this is the source PDB server and port 1521 default port, and you can see the service orclpdb.local domain. So TNS ping is working fine, okay. So guys, let's try to create the DB link, okay, on the target RAC server, okay. I will just show you. First we need to set the environment, okay. You can see this is another RAC database instance that I had created, but currently it is not running, okay. So we need to set the correct container database instance that is showing in the pmon, okay. And now we need to set up the Oracle home path. So that's why I had already taken the output of the Oracle home location, okay, path location. So now my environment is set, and now I think I will be able to connect using the sysdba user, okay. Earlier it was showing connected to idle instance, okay, because the RAC db1 instance environment was set and it is not running, so that's why it was showing connected to an idle instance, okay. So I gave the correct environment variables, so now I should be able to connect as sysdba. See, so let me check. So currently I'm in the root CDB container, CDB $root, okay. And if I check, so there is only PDB $seed, okay. There is no pluggable database in this particular container database instance, okay. So what we will do is, guys, we will create a database link, okay, on our target RAC server. So let me just create a public database link, okay. Create public database link. So now let's check the user that we had created, guys. So I will just copy this user and its password. Okay, so connect to user identified by password. Okay, using the TNS alias that we have updated. Okay, so the custom TNS alias that we had created was orclpdb underscore clone, and I also told you not to use orclpdb only as the TNS alias, because um, later on, once the PDB is cloned, this original ORCL PDB TNS alias must be present in the tnsnames.ora file on this RAC server. Okay, so that's why I modified the TNS alias to ORCL PDB underscore clone. So this is very important uh, thing to note, guys. Okay, so I will just give this TNS alias. Okay, so let's just verify our command: create public database link, the name of the DBLink, connect to user, identify password using the TNS alias. Okay, so our database link is created on our target RAC server node. Okay, so guys, if you want to check whether it is created properly or not, so let's use this SQL query. So let me just format this output for you guys so that it becomes more readable. So guys, you can see that this public DBLink has got created. Okay, so guys, as you can see that we had created this clone PDB DB link, okay, on the target rack server. So while testing the connectivity of this DB link from the target to source server, okay, so I was getting this error that TNS listener does not currently know of the service requested in the connect descriptor. Okay, so guys, I try to fix this error. Okay, so I will show you how I fixed the error. So when I did TNS ping and the TNS alias that I have used in while creating the DB link, so you can see it is connected to this source host port, and the service name it is getting connected to is orclpdb.local domain. Okay, so when I went to my source server, so here there was one issue, guys. I will just show you. So on my source server, when I check the status of listener, okay, so what happened was, you can see that I checked ps-ef pipe grep tns. Okay, so this is the name of my listener, okay, that is running on the source server. So when I did the listener status listener command, so let me show you the output. So here you can see service blue is running, instance blue, okay, service orcl, service test is running, okay, but we don't see service orcl pdb dot local domain. Okay, so orcl pdb service is not running in the listener output. Okay, so guys, what I did was I added a static entry of the orcl pdb uh, service, okay, in the listener.ora file. So I will just show you. So guys, I added this particular block as a static entry in my listener.ora file. So see, sid underscore name I have given orcl because sid name means the instance name, the container instance. So like if I check in the pmon, see, the container instance name is orcl. Okay, so the sid name or the container name, container instance name, that is orcl. Okay, so I put orcl over here, and in the global underscore db name I have put the service of the pluggable database orcl.local domain. Okay, just a second, guys. So guys, I added this static entry, okay, of my PDB service in the listener.ora file. So what I did was I reloaded the listener, okay, let me just show you. You can see I use this command listener reload listener, okay, and then when I check the listener status, so I could see this orcl pdb service, okay, running in the orcl instance. Okay, so after that, when I check the connectivity, you can see that it is getting connected. Okay, so there is another way to verify it. Okay, so guys, I have created a table on in my source pdb. Okay, so I just created the table employees, okay, under the trainer owner. Okay, and I added these three rows. If I show you, so I have inserted these three rows, and total count from this table is 3. Okay, so this table I have created in my source PDB ORCL PDB. So if I try to use this database link, okay, let me just check. So guys, it is giving this error table or view does not exist. Okay, so the reason is that the user that is being used in this DBLink, okay, it has only two grants. One is create session and the other one is create pluggable database. Okay, so it doesn't have the grant to select from a particular table. Okay, so what I will do is let me just check the username. So this is the username, okay, that we had used in while creating the DB link. So guys, let's go back to the bottom. So what I will do is I will give one additional grant. So I'm giving grant select on trainer dot employees table, okay, to the user. Let me just check on which container I'm connected. Oh guys, actually the reason is I'm at the root container. Uh, so actually we had created the user on the source, right? Okay, so as you can see, we had created the user on the source server. Okay, so we need to connect to the source PDB. Okay, so we are already connected in the source PDB, that is ORC PDB, and here I will, because the table exists inside this source PDB, so I give the grant select on trainer dot grant select on trainer dot employees to the common user that we had created. Okay, so grant is succeeded, guys. So now let me try to run that command. Okay, So if I run this select counselor from the table at the DBLink, so this DBLink will definitely connect to the source PDB via the common user and password, and in that source PDB we have given this common user grant select on this particular table. So definitely it should work now. See, the count is matching. Okay, we are getting the 3 count, and also we can run this complete command also. Okay, if I just paste it here, select employee ID, first name, last name, address, directly from this table at the DB link. So guys, if I do select star from the table at the DB link, so it is showing the complete data. Okay, it is fetching from the source PDB. So we have verified that our DB link is working correctly. Okay, so guys, from the target rack server, okay, so I'm connected in the root CDB container, as you can see CDB $root, and I just checked the parameter db create file test. Okay, so it is showing that the data file location is already set to the ASM disk group plus data. Okay, so that's why in this create pluggable database command we don't need to use the file name convert parameter. Okay, so I'm cloning the remote PDB with the same name, so that's why I have given create pluggable database ORCL PDB from ORCL PDB at the DBLink. Okay, so I want to create the uh, PDB in the target server with the same name as that in the source server. Okay, that's why you can see that same PDB name I'm using. Okay, so guys, let's run this command. So let's wait for it to complete. So guys, you can see that this command has completed successfully. Actually, the source PDB in our case, it doesn't have any much size. Okay, so that's why this create pluggable database command, it completed very quickly. So let us check uh, using the show PDBs command. See guys, so the ORCL PDB, it has got created, okay, on our target X server, and it is in the mounted state. Okay, so let's try to open it in the read write mode. So let us try to do it, guys. And also guys, one important thing that actually this is a training environment that I have created on my personal laptop. So in the real enterprise scenario, before running this create pluggable database, this source PDB, it should be in the read-only mode. Okay, so because we don't want any users to connect to our source PDB, है ना? Um, because we don't want any users to connect to our source PDB. Okay, while cloning is in progress, so we should open it in read-only mode, and then we should give run this command, create pluggable database. Okay, so in our case, like this is not a, it is just a training environment, so no users are connected to the source PDB. So that's why I didn't open it in read-only mode. But guys, it is recommended that whenever you do the remote PDB cloning using DBLink method, you should open the source PDB in the read-only mode, and then you should run the create pluggable database command on the target server. Okay, so no issues guys. Let's see, we are trying to open this PDB in read write mode. It is taking a bit time, so let's wait and watch.